What's up everybody, eRivera94 bringing you another action figure review. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series 40th Anniversary Legacy Pack, the Darth Vader Legacy Pack, a throwback to the old Kenner style figures. Apparently Kenner released a set just like this back in the day. Of course, I wasn't even born when this set was out, but anyways, Hasbro did a really cool thing. They're just doing a very cool design here. Is, you know, they're making 6-inch figures in the old Kenner styled packaging, so it's upscaled and it looks so nice. They're doing such a good job, and as of right now, the only way to get Darth Vader is with this pack. I don't know if they're gonna release him by itself, I'm not sure, but if they're really trying to get people to get this set, then they should only release it in this set, you know. It only makes sense. But anyways, here's the front, very nice packaging. Here's the side, which, I mean, really nothing to show there, but the back has some really nice pictures here. We have a picture of what the 6-inch figures look like in the display, and it's very cool. I can't wait to actually have them all. Actually, we all should have the majority of these figures already, since they are all reissues, except for Jawa right here, which is very cool. It's going to be a new figure, brand new sculpt and everything. The Jawa, then we're going to have the Sand Raider, the Sand People right here on the side, new figure as well, along with the Death Squad Commander right next to him. That's also a brand new figure. So we're getting 3 new figures, and the rest are going to be reissues, but they're going to be in the Kenner style packaging, which is awesome. So it's still worth a pickup for you mock collectors out there. If you're not a mock collector, then you can stick with the first release of the figures. So they're the same figures except for Leia, that has a new head sculpt that's worth getting. Anyways, let's get on to the figure review. Let's get him out the package and see how everything looks. And there you have it. There's Darth Vader out of the package, but not really out the package. He's out of his box and still inside the packaging here. So I like how they did that. The fact that they have him on card separately within the box is great, because I can do what I did and buy 2, take Vader out without opening him, and have him next to all my other figures mint on card on this card. So it just looks awesome. I love how they did it. They did such a good job. They did everything so nice. The picture quality is good. Everything just came out nice about this packaging, and I love it. Very nice looking packaging. So I'm digging it a lot. So there's Vader. It's a whole new Vader, believe it or not. We're gonna get into that in the review. He's a whole new Vader, and I'll show you that. It's a big difference once you get them side by side. I'll show you that. This is actually the episode 4 Vader, a New Hope Vader. There actually is a difference. So yeah, and here you can see the picture and how they made the figure exactly like the picture. It seems like either the picture or the figure is kind of like inverted or flip-flopped. I can tell from his little control panel on his chest. The green and red is on the left side of the chest, and here is on the right side on the figure. So I don't know, maybe the picture it's flipped, I don't know. Anyways, that's not all. Also, once you pull out Vader, you have the display pieces of of course, the Legacy Pack display. There's some more. They're all wrapped in plastic. Here's the framing to it, so that's plastic as well. And then here's the logo, the Star Wars logo right here. Seems to be a sticker. And then there's a piece of plastic I think you're gonna have to stick it onto. And then there's more framing. Seems like it's gonna be quite big. And then we have the background, which is, of course, is like a hard card. So there's this side, and then here is this side right here. So there you have it. And here we have Darth Vader out of the package. This is the 40th anniversary version of it from episode 4, A New Hope. And I have to say, I think this might have to be my favorite Darth Vader action figure made thus far, period. I like it better than the SH Figuarts Darth Vader. Yes, I do like it better than the SH Figuarts Darth Vader. And that's saying something, because I really like that Vader. But they did such a good job with this figure. I mean, you could just tell that they put all their attention to the details and paint, and they really were looking at the movie and really looking at the character design to make this figure perfect, to make it look just like the movie, you know. And they did an outstanding job. They fixed it. They fixed kind of the problems that the other Vader had. So if you want to say it's a remake, you can say that, but it's technically a different version of Vader. It's a different, you know, I don't really know where the first release of the Vader is from, but he does have that chain, and I remember seeing that chain in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So that could be from that movie, or it could be later on. But I know that he did not wear the chain in A New Hope or in Rogue One. So, and of course, we all know that Rogue One took place right before Episode 4. So it's only right that it would be this design in that movie, so they did a good job there. And you can see here is the first release of Darth Vader, and I really like this Vader. This Vader actually made it to my top 10 list of the year that it came out for top 10 action figures. So this Vader is still among my favorite figures from from that year, and it's still really good. It doesn't, I'm not saying it's a bad figure, but you can just see how much better they made the new one. Especially the head sculpt. You can see it all. I mean, just from this shot right here, which one looks better to you? It just looks so much better. It looks like it's right off the TV screen. I mean, look, everything they did, the sculpt, the paint, it just looks so nice on the new one. And here you can see the differences in the design. Obviously, one of the main things I noticed is that it doesn't have the chain, and they did such an awesome job making an actual real chain on this one, and I still like that component of this figure. You can see in this design there's a soft fabric in front of the shoulders here. This one didn't have it. The colors on the torso piece are different. The buttons are different. You can see the green and red right here. Over here it's red and blue with white, and there's a lot more different colors on that one. Even on the belt itself, there is some differences there, slight differences. The green is a little bit smaller, the button there, the red button there. There's no red button on this belt. Very small differences in design. Of course, Vader did not change drastically among, the movies, but it's little things like this that I never even realized when I was watching the movies, Of course, this figure comes with the feature where you can remove the helmet and you can unveil his, his white burned face. This one does not have that. You cannot see underneath the mask, so it's just all molded, which is cool. We already got that, so we don't need it again. I'm totally cool with it, and everything looks nice. They changed the fabric on the cape, and on over here on the sides, the fabric is different. I think it was thicker on this release. It's a little bit thinner on this one, but it doesn't take away from the quality at all. I think it looks fantastic. Everything came out nice, and I only got good things to say about both Vader figures, honestly. So it's up to your choosing. If you really want to choose one over the other, I would go with the new one. I think the head sculpt's better than the old one. I do still like this one, but I still believe that this one is a lot better. Even especially the eyes, they did a good job sculpting the eyes compared to what they did over here. Here's the lightsaber that the new Vader comes with. So it's actually different from the one that comes with this Vader. Honestly, they changed it. It's actually bigger. The red color is more red. Over here it looks a little bit orangey. So, and the sculpt on the hilt itself is fantastic. So here you can see the sculpt and the paint. I mean, just can't believe that this is Hasbro doing this. This is just awesome work. And you can see that they're really, really working hard on their figures, especially their Star Wars figures, and I'm really happy with what they're doing. Here's a closer look at both figures. You can see here their head sculpts closer up, if you guys wanted to see that. So I say there's really nothing new in terms of articulation. It comes with pretty much the same articulation as the original Vader. I wanted to point out that they added silver paint on the cheek there, and it's to give off like a glare on his mask, and it really doesn't look too bad. I was afraid of it at first because I kept looking at it. I was like, man, it's just it's just weird having that there, but it really does work fine. If you look at any pictures or even the movie, look at Vader's mask and look to see that glare on that side of his mask. It's always there. It's always there. It's crazy. You really didn't really realize it until they made the figure. So it goes to show how far they went in making this figure perfect and making it look just like the movie, For articulation, the helmet, or the head, I guess, left and right, it really does not go forward and back at all, of course, because of that helmet. His arms go in and out very, very stiff, very little range of motion in and out. It does go forward and back. Only a single jointed elbow right there, which bends at a 90-degree angle. There's a swivel at the wrist with a hinge. The legs are T-jointed, so they go forward and back. They both go in and out, very, good range there. It's a very well hidden thigh swivel right there. Then we have double jointed knees, which are always good. We got this glossy paint for the boots, which look nice. The ankles go forward and back. It does have the ankle pivot as well. So that's awesome. That's pretty much it. He does have a waist swivel, almost forgot to mention, and a little bit of a diaphragm joint, but it does get a little bit hindered. Really no need for that motion anyways on Vader. Alright, so we're going to move Vader out the way for a second and take a look at the display stand and see how it looks. I'm going to have to review that too, so we're going to move him out the way for a little bit. And this thing looks like it's going to be pretty decently big. I didn't really expect it that much, but I guess I should have, because it's 6-inch figures. So here's a corner. Then here's another corner, then here's the middle, so you can only imagine how big that's going to get. So and then also worth mentioning here, this is where the logo goes, and it's, as I saw, it was a sticker, and this is kind of scary because you kind of only have one shot at this unless you can peel it off again. If it's not lined up perfectly, I'm gonna go crazy, so I hate that. I wish they would have done that for us already. Why couldn't they do that for us? But oh well. Let's try to do this off screen and see how everything looks. Also, the bases are the same. They got peg holes on them, and then you just kind of connect them through the bottom right here. And they all connect. So, alright, so there it is, and I gotta say, this is pretty cool. I like this a lot. This is actually really, really cool. I'm not sure what the original release kind of, back whenever they released it for their little 3 3/4 inch figures. I don't know what that material was made of. I mean, if it was plastic and cardboard just the same, but that's pretty much all it is. It's plastic and cardboard, and then a sticker that you have to apply, and I'm pretty happy with how I applied the sticker. Everything came out nice on the first try, so I'm happy about that. I wish it would have had come attached already, because sometimes you mess up, and then what if the sticker rips, and then that's it, you screwed. But just be careful, take your time on the sticker, and it should be fine. Also, another thing is that the card comes bent in the packaging. It comes folded, I guess you can say. Folded is a better word. So you're gonna have these two creases here. Like I said, I don't know how the original was. Maybe it was the same, maybe it wasn't. But you're gonna have these creases there, so it's okay. You don't really see it as much unless you really look at it. But overall, the display is really nice. It's pretty big, so it's gonna take up quite the amount of space on your shelf. So prepare yourself for some space on the shelf. So here is Vader. I'll just put him anywhere for right now. Put him right there. So that's how he's gonna look right there. And then once we get all the other figures in, they should all have their spots. So each stage has 2 peg holes on the top. So there's 2 peg holes here, 2 peg holes here. There's only 1 on the bottom, and each figure only gets 1 peg hole because there's 12 figures. So you got to fit 2 figures on the top stage. 1 figure goes on the front, so you can fit 12 figures. So only 1 peg hole per figure, and you should be able to fit them all. So this is going to make quite the display once you have all the figures, which we all should have the majority of them. We're only going to be missing a few of the newer ones that are going to be in wave 2. One thing I want to point out about this display itself, assembling it is kind of a pain. Due to the card being folded, it kind of, you want to try to flatten it out, but of course it's going to try to pull itself back to the folding position because it's been folded for so long. And the way you do this is, well, here's the other side, and if you ever want to switch the picture, it's going to be a pain because you got to get all your figures off, then you got to disassemble it, flip the picture, and then try to align it again. So of course there's a little crevice on the bottom of the bases where you can slide the card onto so it fits on there, but then you got to try to align it with the edge of the frame here, because if you put the card too much to the left, there's going to be a huge gap on the right. So you got to kind of, they didn't make it to where it covers everything. Then you got to try to tuck it in underneath a crevice that's up top here. And you have these 2 pins on the side. There's one right here, and then on the right, there's another one right there. So it's kind of like a picture frame where you slide that and it holds the glass. That's exactly how it is. So I got it as good as possible, and you can still kind of see right here. I don't know if you can tell. You can still kind of see through the back right there. a little bit, but that's pretty much how good you can make it. You can see the corner right there. But if you have it too much to the left, it's going to be even bigger. So that's the best you can do. I wish they would have made it a little bit wider to where it overlaps to the back, but you can't see it when you look at it on the front. So that's it. But everything else looks nice, and I like the base itself. I think it's a really good value at $40 for the figure on the card within the box, and then all of this, you know, pretty much you're paying 20 bucks for the display. And I think it's worth it. So I'm gonna make an awesome display. Can't wait to finish it all up. I might do a video once it's all completed and once we get wave 2. So with that said, that concludes my review on the Star Wars The Black Series 40th anniversary Darth Vader Legacy Pack. Very well worth the money. If you guys are collecting this line, this is an obvious pickup. If you want to have a little throwback to Kenner Hasbro style, then here is to do it. And then you get an awesome brand new Vader that is superior to the last release that we got from Hasbro. So hope you guys enjoy the review. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys will like, and don't forget to have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.